Alright.
Like,
milk is definitely
Milk
crack
is
because
crack.
it's a cheap version that everybody have access
exactly.
to.
It's not that
Cheese,
great.
and it's
then
not that
when
great.
You process it though.
Yeah,
You boil it. I don't
it is
know
crack.
the
It is crack.
recipe.
Yeah, we don't know the recipe. You
I don't
probably
know
put
the
some little
recipe.
something in there, take it out, boil it, heat it up,
Yeah.
cool it back. And so the milk is crack.
Yeah, the milk
based
is
on the
crack.
comparison of what crack is.
Yeah.
Cheese is money. I can't say that.
Cheese is molly.
Because of how people love it.
Power reach here.
And ice cream is cocaine.
It's cocaine because it's the elevated version that everybody wants. It's well sought after, more expensive,
Devil House
fancier.
ice cream.
This is ridiculous. Hi everyone, my name is Tiana.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is Wanga Gal, the podcast, your favorite Caribbean food podcast. Okay, so this week we're talking about something that's close to Ashley. Not really that close to me, but you know.
Is it that close to me?
It closer to you than it closer to me?
I guess so, because I actually go through the hardships of it.
Yeah. But before I announce what exactly we're talking about, I just want to big up Phran's Farm Organics, which is a brand new plant-based milk company that has just opened up here in Jamaica. Locally made plant-based milk. So as of right now, she has regular almond milk, vanilla almond milk, chocolate almond milk, and oat milk as well. So I have a little surprise at the end of this episode. And yeah, so big up to Phran. She literally just launched like beginning of November. So given that we just bigged up Phran's Farm Organics, today we will be talking about lactose intolerance, as well as just, you know, people's choice in milk. And so because we're talking about lactose intolerance, Ashley is here.
I'm always here.
She's always here. But on top of Ashley being here, we also have a special guest who everyone now knows as
My boyfriend. I guess he's no longer a myth, right? Every week is just me and my boyfriend.
Yeah.
So now we're going to put a voice to it.
So,
I'm here.
So Bradley, would you
I'm
like
here.
to introduce yourself?
I'm here. What's good?
You just sound so excited to be here, right?
Wanga people, what's good?
We're good. How are you, Bradley?
I'm great, actually.
That's
I'm
good
great.
to hear.
Okay. So,
Glad to have you.
Yeah. So the reason that Bradley is here is because Bradley is born and raised lactose intolerant.
You know what came to mind a while ago when they said that, you know, like when you're introducing yourself as an AA meeting, you're gonna say, hi everyone, my name is Bradley and I'm lactose intolerant, and then we're all gonna say, hi Bradley, welcome to the club.
I thought it was interesting having the range because Bradley was born lactose intolerant.
And I developed it.
Ashley developed it, and I mean, everyone has some sort of lactose sensitivity, but I don't really have it that bad, you know. I guess please share your journeys. I mean, this episode has gotten, I think some attention even before because Ashley was featured on Serge Island's lactose-free milk.
Yeah, the campaign. Yeah, so just because I reposted it, so many people came to me talking about the different nuances with milk and, you know, the big debate about, you know, drinking milk from animals versus drinking plant-based milk. So it kind of sparked something which low-key inspired this episode. But I think Bradley should begin since he was born lactose intolerant, and then I can share my experience and we can compare the two.
So Bradley, tell us about your journey.
Alright, what you know? First of all, I never knew Ashley was lactose intolerant. This is news to me.
What?
You know, welcome to the club.
Thank you for having me. Not happy to be here, but here nonetheless.
Alright, so my journey started from, I was a wee lad.
In the womb.
I don't even remember this, but my parents told me that I went to school and them give me bun and cheese, and it's like me start wheeze.
Oh.
I don't know how wheezing and lactose intolerance
It's
come
an
together.
allergy.
Yeah, it manifests in just different ways.
Yeah, but it never makes sense to me. It still don't make sense to me. But that's what was going on. I think I was just ramping and just end up losing my breath and thing. But anyways, Them take me to the doctor. I think from all I was like 3 months, my mother couldn't breastfeed me because I'd get like a rash and thing.
Oh wow.
But that's soft, isn't it?
Formula baby.
You just have to drink the white man food, you know. So they're bringing the formula now.
Oh, we reached there. So.
I mean, remember life and death?
Okay, points are made.
Points are made.
Yeah, so them put me on the formula now. Everything I go on good.
Wait, so you're 3 months and you come off of the breast milk and you're doing the formula.
Yeah.
How old were you when you had the bun and cheese and you start wheezing?
Probably like 2 or 3.
2 or 3, because you say you were in like preschool thereabout,
Like
right?
nursery, don't
Yeah, nursery. Word of the people. So fast forward now. My whole life I believe I can't drink milk, can't eat cheese, nothing like that. So 6th grade come and it's like, you broke out a little bit. So I say, alright, I try a style. Every Friday, them would order cheese sticks. So I say, boom, I try out for the cheese sticks thing. Try one, nothing never happened. So I say, alright, next time, I order a whole box.
Jesus.
I feel like you can't jump from one to a whole box. The research now makes sense, but
No, but I mean, obviously I'd take like 2 and then 3 and then I say, alright, I want a box for myself now. So I order a box for myself now. Dust them off, dipping them in the sauce and thing. That was Friday. Remember, we have cheese sticks Friday. Saturday come, everything good. This is the first time I'm really having cheese in again.
Yes.
So I'm happy. It was delicious. Saturday pass and gone. Sunday come now. They at church and thing as a youth. Brother, I don't know.
Your belly stop.
It's like you can't. It's like it take a while because your body don't really digest it. Your body is trying to digest it.
and it's so new because you never eat it
and
before.
it's like, the body is like, brother, what is this? It take up a chance and try to digest the food now. Sunday come, early morning at church, I say, mom, I don't feel good in the morning. So I go outside now, bro. That is the last time I've ever really vomited in my life.
Oh, you vomited?
6th grade. And I said, alright, my lord, the cheese thing. They were telling the truth, I am lactose intolerant. But my parents don't know that. What was the cause of the vomiting?
Oh, you never tell them to eat the cheese?
No,
You never tell it.
no, I couldn't tell them.
I'm so broke out and go eat the cheese sticks,
Yeah. Jim Screech, I'm going to eat the cheese, man. Well, yeah, that's my experience. But, get older and wiser now.
I've brought Bradley to the lights.
I'm flattered.
Yes. Because of me,
Fact.
Bradley can.
No, honestly.
And I'm
Facts.
there. I've introduced Bradley to the magic of lactate. And it's changed your life, I'd
Yeah,
say.
it's been great.
And it's
I want
helped
to
like
say
100%.
99%. Like since this year I've had it, and I can
I think
eat
it's-
ice cream.
I think it still gets a little gassy.
Yeah,
But
not as like
uncomfortable.
yeah, not as bad as if I never ate the lactate pill. If I don't take a lactate pill, I'm done for.
Wow.
Like I'm done.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's true.
nausea, vomiting, belly running. It's crazy. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I just had to get that out there. I've never shared this story before.
I'm glad that you felt compelled to come on a podcast. This is a safe space.
Well, yeah, crazy times, man. Crazy
Wow.
times.
I honestly, I can't imagine myself like having to or force myself to not eat something that I grew up, having.
Yeah.
That I loved so much.
Well, I think the difference between even like you and Bradley is that like Bradley didn't even know what it was like before.
So for me, it's like, so I grew up being perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, I was breastfed way past the age that I should have been breastfed.
No, seriously.
Wait, hold on.
No, okay. No, it's not.
What were you doing, Auntie Marcia?
Let me rephrase.
Way past?
No, so when I was born, I was smaller than both my brother and my sister.
Yeah.
Breast milk, lived on breast milk, but I was also one of those babies that all me used to do, I drink the milk, go on my bed and sleep. Like, I was not problematic in that sense. Obviously, it made me big and fat, and nothing wrong with that because fat baby nice and cute. And then, when I was about 2.5, my little brother was born. And legend, no, not about breast milk. Him just never wanted it at all. So my mother got to a point where her breast used to swell up so badly and hurt her because I'm full of milk
The
and
milk
legend
is-
now drink
yeah.
it. So I used to just take one for the team. You see me?
What the hell?
I probably wasn't
Bro.
that.
That's some
crazy.
Yeah.
That's some real team player vibe.
Yeah,
right
I
there
mean, I
because-
had to, my mother was in pain and I was the closest one to that age of, possible drinking some breast milk. So I said, no problem. So I was always, big on the dairy all my life, cheese, milk byproduct, egg, butter, everything. And I'm one of those people that I'm not just, able to eat cheese. I enjoyed it. I love all types of cheese. I love, nice gourmet cheese. I like regular processed cheese, and I love stink cheese. All smellier the better for me with cheese, right?
Not for me, but yes.
Anyway, so probably late last year, I realized that I would get horrible headaches. Like, it wasn't a belly problem with me. Yes, I'll feel a little gassy, but it was always the headaches, and I'm used to headaches because I have migraine, get that from my mother. I know how to handle it whenever it happened. Is that I write it out, or I know specifically what to take. But this headache was just way worse because nothing I did would help.
Right.
And I started noticing that it was really and truly because I would have an excessive amount of dairy products before, and that would trigger the headache so quickly.
Yeah.
And then it would mirror a migraine headache, but just in a different sense and in a different part of my head, and it was just too frustrating, and I fell into depression. I'm not gonna lie. When I noticed that it was the cheese and the milk and all of that causing it, I was like, I can't give this up, because I've tried, dairy replacements, and I've done the almond milk, and I enjoy oat milk just because, but I could never imagine that being my life forever, replacing the dairy milk or the cow's milk that I'm used to. So I think that's why I gravitated so quickly towards, because I think I had a conversation with you, Tiana, about, replacing all of the things that I would normally be so used to. Because I'm big on like a nice, hearty, baked mac and cheese. So I was like, all right, I forgot to try out some different recipes, but no matter what I did, no matter what kind of cheese I use, that's supposed to be dairy free, it just wouldn't taste the same, and it used to frustrate me because, unlike Bradley, I know how these things taste, and I know how I want it to taste. So when Serge Island posted about, having lactose-free milk, big up Chelsea Jameson, she is the one, she posted it on her Instagram, and she was like, anybody want to try this? And I was like, let me see. And I tried it, and that's when I sent the promotion to Bradley, and they sent it to him as well. Yeah. And I was so surprised that even though it's lactose-free, it tastes like cow's milk.
Yeah.
So I was able to incorporate that into my diet a lot, and I would not have the same effect with others. But it's still frustrating because I have certain things that I genuinely just don't want to give up. You know, even though I will indulge more in frozen yogurt or sorbet more now than I did before, I still miss ice cream. Sometimes I just say, you know what, I'm gonna eat ice cream, and they just will come take over my body regardless. I'm one of those people that I just love the cheese, I love the milk, so what am I gonna do?
Honestly, I've noticed that like people who are lactose intolerant,
them don't like themselves.
Y'all are like fiends, like Uno just on a different level. Like Uno will sit down and know that this thing go bubble up your belly or make you can't sleep tonight or give you a headache, and Uno will sit down and stare it in the face and put it in your mouth same.
No, honestly though, I feel like if it is that I had the other effects of lactose intolerant, like the bubble on the belly, maybe I would be less inclined.
Nope.
You wouldn't.
Maybe I wouldn't.
It worth it.
That's the thing. Food is worth it. But we've spoken about this so many times. Food is just good to the point where no matter what going happen, you just have to have it.
So I mean, obviously, I honestly think that sums up the lactose intolerant experience. And just to bring some formality to this, apparently approximately 65% of the human population is lactose intolerant.
I feel like it could be more than that too. Just
It
because I feel like people
more.
ignore the effects just because them say, oh, food is
definitely
food.
think a lot of people ignore the effects. And there are definitely like some countries that lactose intolerance is more prominent. For example, in Asia, about 95% of the population is lactose intolerant.
Wow.
But that makes sense, and I mean we'll go into how people become lactose intolerant. But if you go to China, for example, they don't have cheese. It's just not a part of their diet. One of the ways that people develop lactose intolerance is because you really and truly, we're really not supposed to be drinking milk.
Cow's milk.
Cow's milk. We're not supposed to be ingesting all of this lactose. Lactose is a sugar. Lactose is found in breast milk of, I think, all mammals, I believe.
Well,
and if not all, most mammals.
Yeah.
And what happens is, breast milk, everybody knows what it is. If you don't know what it is, it's a special concoction made just for you from your mom. And essentially,
by humans for humans.
By humans for humans. And so you're supposed to be weaned off of the breast eventually, to integrate into a society of eating proper food, regular food. What happens is, so what is supposed to happen is that eventually you're supposed to stop producing lactase, which is the enzyme necessary to break down lactose, because you're supposed to be weaned off the breast. You're not supposed to be taking in lactose anymore. So what happens is you're not supposed to have any more lactase, and that is why people become lactose intolerant, because they now don't have any lactase. So because we've now started drinking cow's milk, thank you capitalism.
Yeah, Tiana and I had a very extensive conversation about the nuances of cow's milk versus breast milk one night, and capitalism.
It sucks, but you know, cow's milk has grown in popularity for whatever reason.
Bro, let me tell you why it grew in popularity. Alright? People never really used to fuck with milk. But then the whole milk industry did the whole got milk thing.
Got
We
milk,
said this,
yeah,
I
we did say.
So basically, essentially, you know, everybody always ate beef. Beef historically has always been a very popular
Thank God for that.
meat, popular protein, source of protein. And you know, the capitalists of our time decided, well, these cows taking up space, how else can we milk them for what they've got?
And quite literally milk
Quite
them.
literally
And what
milk
we're
them
referring
for
to,
what
the
they've
cows here taking up space are the female cows.
Yeah.
Or what we classify as dairy cows. And
You can't kill female cows.
yeah, well, you
need
can,
female cows to
however,
reproduce.
yeah, but when they do get to the age of not being able to reproduce anymore, they don't have a value or a high enough value on the sale of their meat, because people do not, or they tend not to eat just female cows on a whole. So we literally just have them for the sole purpose of breeding.
Yeah.
So what started to happen then is, we have the male cows and we have females producing male cows, but they're also producing female cows. So what do we do with them when they get to that age? So we decided that instead of them being an expense, they start to become an asset and give us some profits through milk. And then it got so bad to the point where we're no longer taking milk from them because they're pregnant and producing cows for the sale of meat, but we started breeding them for the purpose of milk.
Yeah.
So we have the mass production where we have dairy cow factories right across the world, and they impregnate them with like artificial insemination in some cases, and whenever they start to produce the milk before they give birth and right after, they will literally wean the calf off of them and they give the calf replacement milk and formula. And then they take the milk for the purpose of feeding it to us. And because we demand it, obviously they're going to supply.
Yeah. To follow up what Bradley was saying, it's true. If you think about it historically, milk is the only consumer product that had an entire marketing campaign dedicated to it without a brand attached to it. The entire Got Milk campaign was not attached to any milk brand. It was
It's just literally promoting milk.
Promoting drinking milk.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it kind of is ridiculous. And, you know, further studies have now shown that, you know, there's this whole concept of you need milk for calcium. You need milk for calcium. And research has shown that you don't need milk for calcium, because we get calcium from so many other places in our diet. And, you know, so milk is not as integral to our diet as we've been brainwashed to think.
And obviously we would have just assumed or just accepted milk for what it is, and that staple part of our diet, and staple in quotations, just because this whole Got Milk campaign happened way before we were born.
Yeah.
So we were born into a society that was already conditioned to thinking that milk is something that we just had to have.
Literally, milk has been, it's almost been around forever. Like, well, not forever, but if you think about it, it's kind of
based on our generation, to us it will be around forever.
And I mean, even that campaign, it was so successful. Literally everybody had a milk mustache. Every single celebrity
Milk mustache.
was on that campaign. Yeah, it's the milk industry, boy, and we can have even a part 2 to this, because it's actually insane. When you get
just
into the nitty-gritty
dedicating
of
like to the
everything.
economics behind it. It's just so, and it's kind of appalling as well, just because there's so many people who just don't know the intricacies of the industry.
And if you, maybe we might have to have a part 2, because you heard us mention life and death earlier. We might have to talk about
we
that
should probably talk about life and death.
Time.
Oh dear.
But today we're gonna just focus on the milk. And so, you know, just being interested in all of this milk talk, Ashley and I really have been talking about milk a lot. And you know, the question always comes up, so like, why are we the only people or the only animals that drink another animal's milk?
First of all, this conversation was sparked from a question that a friend posed to me after the Serge Island Instagram post with the lactose-free milk. And him said something like, I want your opinion on this. How do you feel about the fact that we as humans are the only ones who drink another animal's milk? And when you think about it, cows don't drink other goats' milk. Goats don't drink human milk. So why we as humans feel like we should be drinking other animals?
But then he even pushed it further to say that breast milk is seen as repulsive. Human breast milk.
Yeah, he identified that too.
It is true when you think about it, because even when Ashley said earlier that in the dairy industry, they literally wean the calves early.
Yeah, the calves don't drink from the mothers at all.
The calves just cannot drink from the mother, and it just, if you think about it, it's like food chain privilege that we get both our own mother's milk as well as somebody else's mom's milk. Like, that is crazy. And I mean, I'm not bashing any milk drinkers out there, but it's just something to think about.
I mean, obviously, I think Tiana and I had the same thoughts about it in regard to that question about why we drink other animals' milk and other animals don't drink other species. But when you just hear about it for the first time, and when you actually when you think about the question, humans drink animals' milk, animals drink their own species' milk, so why do humans venture out? And then, how does it get to a point where these animals are producing milk for the sole purpose of human consumption? It's
capitalism!
I'm gonna think about it, it's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
And then, like, the person who posed the question to me said some foolishness like, I mean, maybe the reason why we don't drink human milk after sometimes is because human breast milk just tastes bad.
Well, I mean, I hear that. I always hear that breast milk tastes bad.
I hear it tastes like to have a sweet taste to it.
But first of all, breast milk, milk tastes different for everyone.
Yeah. Like goat milk don't taste like cow's milk.
But also, I was telling Ashley that, like, it would just be unethical to farm pregnant women.
It come back to ethics.
It would be incredibly unethical. Imagine just having a farm of pregnant women.
And then it comes back to the same point that you're making about thinking about the food chain.
Yeah.
And because we're higher up on the food chain, we get some form of privilege, and then we see animals below us and as a means to serve us, because them don't give us the meat, might as well them give us the milk too.
Yeah.
So we mass produce that part of them.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's kind of crazy because it always gets to a point where it's, I don't want to use the word inhumane, but that's the only way you can describe it, because when you look at the processes in certain factories and how the cows are treated, it's just horrible to see, and it will give you pause at least. And then when you look at it in another sense, I mean, this conversation can jump into gender relations as well, because they treat the female cows that way, but then when you look at how they treat the cows that they sell for meat, which are 9 times out of 10 bull cows, aka male cows, big it's ox. Like so different.
Talk about the Wagyu.
That is who I'm referring to right now. Like, if you look at these Japanese Wagyu farms, the cows are treated like kings just because the meat is so highly valued.
But I'm not gonna lie though, like, I
want to try it still.
I wouldn't shell my last dollar.
No, but I would shell some money on it.
But I would shell some money just to get a taste of Wagyu.
I also feel like I need to be indulging in the entire culture of it. So maybe I need to fly to Japan and have it.
Could do that.
Wanga tours to Japan. I love it. I love the idea.
I like that. Alright, so to segue, Bradley, what is your favorite kind of milk?
Almond milk. Bro, I don't really drink milk like that.
Okay, so,
I don't really drink milk.
So you say almond milk. Ashley, what's yours?
Well, obviously, I would always categorize the lactose-free milk over everything else. But I think if I didn't have that choice, then it'd probably be oat milk.
Oat milk?
Yeah. But at the same time, because the taste of oat milk is so different from regular cow's milk, adding it to other things like your cereal or your tea, it
oat
just
milk
changes.
Is also thick.
Yeah, and it changes the flavor. Well, the minor figures is not that thick. At least not to me. It changes the flavor so much, so you have to buy it with that in mind and accepting that the tea not gonna taste the same if you add it, and the cereal is not gonna be the same experience.
I don't think there's no milk replacement because it doesn't taste the same.
You don't taste the same.
And just fun fact for everybody who didn't know, you're actually legally not allowed to call plant-based milk. So if you notice, like, a lot of plant-based milks will spell milk like MYLK, or they'll say like plant-based beverage, or something like that.
Really?
It's
I've never
because
noticed that before.
You're legally not allowed to call milk that doesn't come from a mammal milk.
Well, I guess because by definition, it really isn't
not
milk.
milk.
It's not.
It's
So
like almond juice.
that's just not nice to think about. That's not nice. I've had the almond milk. I've had I think it's silk almond.
Yeah.
I've had the chocolate one and it's okay.
I like almond breeze.
Yeah. I've had the chocolate one before and it's
Let me tell you
okay.
about soy milk, right?
I've had soy milk too.
Well, soy milk is a whole other conversation, but let's go into it.
It's like,
I'm traumatized.
as a youth, when my parents realized that I couldn't drink milk, them used to buy soy milk, like crates.
Oh no.
Crates of soy milk. There was one called Earthshake, and whenever I drink that, energy.
Really?
Let me tell you something. I used to play ball as a youth, and I used to drink a Earthshake every time before training. Energy.
Superman.
What?
Wow.
I never know that. Maybe I just never had that brand before.
I don't like soy milk.
Yeah,
Bro.
neither do
will tell you
I.
why I
It was
don't like soy
delicious.
milk.
You used to drink a lot of soy milk, don't you? Too?
Yes, but I was forced.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mommy, but I'm gonna tell my story. So I will never forget when soy milk was like booming, like when soy milk did just come out and everybody was like, soy, it's better for you than dairy. I was not
Hate
lactose
soy.
intolerant, but you know, my mother was all about the food trends. And every night, I remember she used to pour a glass. I want to say it was probably like a 16-ounce glass in a Hercules blue cup, and I'd have to stand in front of her and drink the soy milk. And it was so disgusting, and I would hold my nose every night
And just chug it.
and just chug it. I hated it, and I think since then I don't like soy milk. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to drink it.
You know that soy has like certain health properties to it.
Soy is amazing for you, nutrition-wise.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
I went through a period where my parents were like, yeah man, you gotta drink the soy milk. And them used to buy this one. I don't remember the name of it, but it used to come in like a little glass bottle. So them used to buy a couple at a time because them want me to drink the soy milk. And I was already grown when I started doing it. So some used to rebel because it tastes bad.
Yeah.
Because I want to say I started around 5th or 6th form. And it was like, it did have like this light green label on it. And
I think it's V-Soy. That might be-
V-Soy. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I'm gonna have nightmares because of V-Soy. And I just never like how it tastes. And then V-Soy decided that they're gonna start flavoring the soy milk. And one day my father come home and he says something like, Ashley, you don't like drink the soy milk, but I carry one chocolate one for you. And I was like, leave me alone. I don't care how healthy it is.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And I know there was like a whole conversation about like soy affecting some hormonal imbalances.
Cap.
I mean, it has.
It's not cap.
It's cap.
No, it's not cap.
It's cap.
There is debate as to whether
It's
it's
cap.
cap or not.
Well, because it's high in estrogen, so
Yeah.
Bro,
But
hold on.
a lot of
Let me
research
tell you,
has
let me
said
tell
that
you.
that's actually not true.
Really?
But then there's still people who do believe that it's true. I think it's true
It's
because
cap.
nobody else in my family have big breasts and I have big breasts, so I think it's true.
That's not cap.
finish. That's not cap. What you have to say about this estrogen and the soy milk?
I am a walking experiment. I used to drink soy milk every day.
And you say you don't have no breasts.
Estrogen could have in there a little more.
That's probably
When I hear the
what was
voice,
giving you
no,
some
let-
energy.
When I hear the voice. When I hear the voice. Alright?
Okay.
I hear you.
But yeah, so I mean, you're hearing the debates. The debate is natural. I feel like whenever you talk about milk or milk substitutes or MYLK, these things come up. And I want to say it's like a global debate. I feel like
Yo, let me tell you, I was going to make an entire career out of milk. Back in, no joke, 2015, I did all the research because my father have a goat farm. And I said, yes, daddy already have a goat farm. I'm going to start a goat milk business.
Wow.
Did all the research, and that's when I found out that at that time, goat milk was a growing niche for the milk industry.
I feel like it kind of still is.
One of the reasons for that is because the amount of lactose found in cow's milk is either there's none in goat milk or there's little to none, especially when you compare it to cow's milk.
Okay.
So people are starting to venture into not just goat milk, but goat milk byproduct as a means to not take over or compete with cow's milk, but to just be a better option for people who are so lactose intolerant. So I was like, yeah man, I'm gonna make goat milk because they have so much female goat on the farm, and all them do I give breasts to the little kids, and then them done. So I say, yeah man, I have the property, I have the space, goat milk time, goat cheese, goat soap, everything goat, it's goat time. And then it just never happened.
Damn.
Because school.
Yeah. That sucks.
I'm open to collaborating with the goat farmers though about that life.
I was watching a video a couple of days ago about milk. Funny enough, it was random. I didn't go searching for it. It was a TED video, and in the video it said, you know, as I was saying before, there's all this debate nowadays about which milk is good for you, which one is bad for you. And in watching the video, there's a quote, and it said, "The milk that's best for you is the milk that's best for the planet." That's excluding all of the allergies, because obviously if you're lactose intolerant, the milk that's best for you is going to be
plant-based.
The milk that is plant-based milk. But essentially what they were saying is that nutritionally, all milk that we know to be milk and milk substitutes are actually quite competitive. All of them have their pros and cons in terms of what you get out of them nutritionally. And so when it comes down to it, unless you have some sort of allergy, like whether it's lactose intolerance or if it's a nut allergy or a soy allergy or something, if those things are all negligible to you, like for me example, then nutritionally there's not much difference. I mean, of course the things in them are different, like cow's milk has more protein than almond milk, and like oat milk will have more carbohydrates than any other milk, but at the end of the day, milk is not the only source of food, so it's like you're getting those things from other places anywhere. So at the end of the day, then the milk that's best for you is the milk that's best for the planet, because if you have no food allergies, then you can kind of drink whatever you want. And so your choice no longer becomes about diet. It should really be about sustainability and the planet. So in doing the research, to produce 1 glass of cow's milk, you need 4 square kilometers of space, 120 liters of water, and it produces half a kilogram of greenhouse gas emissions. 1 glass of cow's milk. So
well, now we know why cow farms are so big, dairy factories are so big.
Yeah. So dairy milk, cow's milk actually is the least sustainable milk for the environment.
But guess which one is the cheapest, and guess which one is the most highly supplied and
capitalism, baby. Yeah, and then so they were also comparing all the plant milks too, because almond milk, although takes up way less space, you need 70 liters of water to produce 1 glass of almond milk, because almond trees take really long to bear, and they have to be constantly watered to bear. Like if you stop watering them just not gonna ever bear. Yeah. So you have to keep watering them. And soy milk actually only takes about 5 to 10 liters of water to produce 1 glass, but soy milk production leads to deforestation. Of course. More than oat and almond milk production.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. And then, soy milk just tastes bad.
So at the end of the day, in terms of environment, research has actually shown that oat milk is the best for you, because oat milk produces the least amount of greenhouse gases, and 1 glass of oat milk really only uses 5 to 10 liters of water, and most of that water just goes into watering the plants. So when you think about what milk you want to buy, if you don't have any allergies, think about the planet, because why not?
I mean, the argument can stand true for any food then. So,
you should always think about the planet.
Always thinking about the planet. So, and then people will always bring up the argument, I don't have no allergies, but what about my preferences, what I've had from beginning? Yeah. And, obviously, I feel like sustainability is a modern topic. It's a modern term. It's not something that we've been practicing for years, obviously, because look at where we are now. Capitalism. But, at the same time, we give thanks for the current development, because obviously at least I personally was not exposed to the different options with milk outside of the cow's milk, the goat milk, and the soy milk growing up. And now that I have almond milk and oat milk more recently, then I feel like I personally, even if I did not have the allergies and even if I could constantly afford it, then I would definitely be choosing what's better for the environment.
I actually did make the choice, either 6th form or 5th form, I actually chose to stop drinking cow's milk. I mean, I'd still have ice cream and those things, but we don't buy cow's milk. You know, back then I was still in high school, so I wasn't going to the grocery. I wasn't going to the supermarket, and my father would cuss every time. And him still cuss to this day. But I'm very adamant.
That's just your father as a person.
But I'm very adamant. Like I try to reduce the amount of dairy that I have in my diet.
I think what I'm gonna do is
cheese is my kryptonite.
Yeah, we can't give it up. But no, honestly, I tried the vegan cheese already, and I just resolved.
I like the vegan cheese.
I resolve and say, yo, I'm gonna suffer take the headache. You know, I just for dirt.
Yeah, we made vegan mac and cheese at one time.
I've had vegan mac and cheese, and it's not that it's bad. Brittany Lawrence made it for me, and it just tastes different.
Yeah.
And because the one that she made was nice, but it just tastes different, and I prefer the taste of my mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm going to do, because my cow is currently pregnant, so she's gonna start producing milk soon. Yeah. I actually sold a calf the other day. Give thanks for that.
Big up the farmers.
She's pregnant right now, and so what I'm going to do?
Big up Sunny Farms.
Big up Sunny Farms. I'm going to milk her for like outside of the milk that the calf will get, because I'm not gonna wean the calf off. That's just very, disrespectful to a mother and a child in that sense. And I've grown to respect animals, growing up with my dad. So I'm going to milk her and then do the same process that I did.
Video that I want
to see. And then I'm gonna do the same process I did for the goat's milk, boil it and see how it comes out with taste. And then I can therefore be able to, because I don't think I've had fresh cow's milk before, but I don't know if somebody who gave it to me did other things to the milk before giving it to me. So I don't know the scale of freshness. So if I milk it myself, then I can judge that. Because I want to see how different the two are.
I would also love to taste it as well.
Because obviously the different steps of of processing milk definitely goes into the expense, and also how badly it can also affect the environment.
Yeah.
So I want to see, I'm going to milk it, video it, and post it to Wanga Girl, and then I'm going to bring some for you guys to try.
Be on the lookout for that video, guys.
Yeah, I think she just got pregnant the other day, so I want to say early next year will be good.
Okay, so it's time for the surprise.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, so as I said earlier before,
oh my god, oh, you got milk.
Big up to Phran's Farm Organics. I would say this episode will be powered by Phran's Farm Organics.
I love that.
It is.
She has blessed us with samples of her brand new milk. We have Amazingly Almond, Very Vanilla, Captain Cacao, and Oat My Gosh. So we're gonna be tasting them and giving you
Which one are we gonna have first?
Well, I think we should try the Amazingly Almond first.
Okay. We're going cheers, Bradley. Hold on. So which one is this again?
This is Amazingly Almond. And the packaging is so cute. It's packaged in glass, so it's like sustainable packaging, reuse packaging. God, everything. I just love everything about it.
It's cute. It smells like coconut water to you?
It smells like coconut water to me. Okay, cheers.
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 This is interesting.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing.
It's a little lighter than like the coconut milk that you coconut milk than the almond milk that you get in the
and you can
box.
see even the consistency of it is a little thinner.
Yeah.
So it feels more like just regular, like it's more in between milk and water than more towards milk.
It's like it's a lightly flavored water.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
If you give me the same amount of nutrients as regular milk, then hey.
Then why not? Huh? I mean, almond milk has less protein, but more good fats.
Yeah.
Alright, now we're trying the Very Vanilla.
Ooh.
So this is just, and you can actually get them sweetened and unsweetened.
So this is
unsweetened.
Okay.
She sweetens them with cane sugar, but I usually get my almond milk unsweetened anyway, because
cane sugar. That's
calories.
interesting.
But
this one, the vanilla one stand up strong in this. Yeah. It's the first thing you smell.
Oh, that is true.
What you said, very vanilla?
Very vanilla.
It's very vanilla.
Alright.
The vanilla is an aftertaste.
You get a little,
It's not harsh when you just drink it. It's an aftertaste.
Yeah.
And it's more like an after fragrance to me.
Your nose. It's aromatic.
Yeah.
It's aromatic. And so the Very Vanilla is almond milk. It's just flavored almond milk.
I feel like I prefer this over the first one.
Me too.
I feel like I would definitely buy this one. The Very Vanilla.
What do you prefer?
Very Vanilla is in the lead.
Yeah, it's in the lead right now.
Very Vanilla is in the lead.
Yeah, man, line them up.
Alright. So the next one we're trying is the Captain Cacao.
Is that chocolate?
It's chocolate. So this is actually the only milk that you can't get unsweetened just because
It's already sweet.
chocolate.
It's, you know what it smells like? You know, like when you make chocolate tea from the actual
Yeah.
chocolate, that's what it smells like.
Oh, that's so true.
I love that though,
This
because
smells
I
good.
prefer that chocolate
This
over like
smells
processed chocolate tea. I love this.
No man. Alright.
It's good.
Thumbs up.
Oh, sorry, my drink it already. It's so good.
No man, this is
I
nice.
love it. It's
This
just
is nice.
Put it at the head.
Hold on.
Captain Cacao is
You
go on.
can't- Hold on, let me have some. Let me have
Drink
some.
it. It tastes foreign.
It nice. I love it. It's you know what
People.
I would. It gonna lead.
People.
It gonna lead.
What is it? Captain
Cacao.
Captain
You
Cacao.
want to pronounce it properly? now?
Captain Cacao. That is the winner here.
No,
I don't
wow.
want to taste nothing else.
No, listen. You know, can you imagine using this to sweeten your chocolate tea?
No, that's-
It would be so
No,
good.
that's
delicious.
bad.
Anyway,
That's
send me the
bad.
link on Instagram. I'm ordering it
That's
tonight.
bad.
I'm
Alright,
ordering it tonight.
Let's try the last one. This is oat my gosh. So it's oat milk.
No man, Tiana, you should have saved that for the
And
last.
how was I supposed to know?
The name, you're not Captain.
So in the oat milk, it's water, rolled oats, nutmeg, cinnamon.
Ooh, I
and
love cinnamon in my
This one
milk.
sounds like a close contender.
Yeah, we're gonna see if it can measure up to the Captain Cacao. Cause you know, like if you can't sleep at night, you put a little cinnamon powder in some warm milk.
I never know that.
I
Yeah,
never know that either.
and it's
Kinda
good for
craft
anxiety.
your work.
No, it's good for anxiety. That's what I found out about it.
Interesting.
So you don't know some the magic things I'm already
That
Bradley.
one
What do you mean?
says,
Magic.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you what it
It's
smell
have
like.
an interesting smell.
It smell like when cake a
it
bake.
smell like Christmas.
It smell like when cake a bake.
Yeah, it smell like when,
When
cake
cake
a
a
bake.
bake.
That's so true.
No, man, I just want to smell this first. But hold on. Bradley, what you
I
doing?
can't smell it.
I wish you could see what's going on right now.
Can't smell
Bradley,
Okay, come, cheers.
it's strong oat flavor.
Yes, the oat.
Rolled
It's
oats.
very oats. It's very, very oats.
If you're an oat person,
Then yeah,
drink the oat, my gosh. But if you just like things that taste good,
yeah, man, the
drink the
Captain.
Captain Cacao.
Yeah,
I would say I think the oat my gosh is the best milk replacement.
Yeah, because it's more milk than everyone else.
It's more milk than the rest. Especially in terms of the thickness. I think the
The
Oat
consistency
My
is
God,
different.
The consistency is very close to like a cow's milk. The almond milk,
Actually, the more I drink it, I really like it. The oh my gosh.
in terms of flavor, Captain Cacao though.
Yeah, it gonna lead.
I don't know what you're putting on that girl, but
I'm not mad at it.
One more?
Yeah, can we get some more? please?
oh, it's water, almonds, cacao powder, nutmeg, cinnamon, and cane sugar. No man, we're gonna drink this again.
Drop or go
Cause
drop
this
asleep.
bad.
No man, I'm gonna order it tonight. No joke.
Guys, go head to Phran's Farm Organics
And it's
on
spelled
Instagram.
Phran. Phran.
Yes. It is so good. It's worth your money.
Ooh,
It is.
this smell like foreign. It tastes like foreign
Actually,
too.
it tastes like foreign. It's nice.
Guys, literally no joke. It have a taste of like actual chocolate tea. You know the chocolate that you grate and put it on the pot to cook.
I feel like I'm sitting in the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you walk into like a nice cafe.
Yeah.
You know that
Starbucks.
no man,
No,
this
this
is
is-
Dunkin' Donuts.
This is no man.
This-
This is like a local coffee shop on the corner.
and it only get farm fresh ingredients.
Yeah, like organic farm fresh. Like
I'm ordering it tonight.
that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Here at Wonga Girl, hashtag Wonga approved.
Wonga approved.
Big up Phran's Farm Organics. Remember, as we said earlier, the milk that's good for you is the milk that's good for the planet. We're gonna take that to our graves. Alright guys, have a good rest of your week. Remember to stay safe. Mask up.
COVID is still a thing.
COVID is still alive, kicking and breathing.
And share your thoughts with us on social media. We are at Wonga Girl on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. What's your favorite milk?
Let us know.
Let us know. Bye guys.
Bye guys.